All right, Lizzie, let's check out your run up on one of your runs up on Plummet. Watching in fast motion or regular motion, I mean, first.
Gave them 2 or 3 or 4 runs to adjust.
All right, let's check some out in slow motion. And, I mean, obviously, what a lot of coaches would see is in the comment would be, you're skidding the top of the turn, and that's true. I mean, that's something that's extremely hard to do, and that separates the very good racers from the average. And I don't expect you to come into a hill like Plummet and start carving the top of the turn. It's going to have to, be worked on in free skiing, as we've discussed, and there's still some work to be done there. If you recall, a little while back, we were free skiing on snow dance, and I asked, why the first little pitch do you skid the top of the turn and then come onto the flat and arc it? And it's something you just got to keep working on. You got to be able to arc tops of the turns. Yes, on the flat terrain first, and then little pitches like snow dance next, and then maybe Eagle Alley, and then maybe Plummet. But something to keep working on, because that is the goal. But what can you do? Because I can't sit here and say you should be arcing the top of the turn. But if you saw in the fast motion or regular motion, I mean, not a lot of movement, very static. It's as if you're letting those gates come to you. And we need to be moving forward through the turn, whether you're going to, steer or skid the top of the turn a bit, or you're going to carve it. We got to move forward. So you can see from right in here, you come through, retract, which is fine. But you can look, those hips never come up over the boots. They're still in that back position, so no chance to really make an attempt at carving the top of the turn. Again, hips are pretty well back. We have a little motion here and there, a little bit there, but we really got to go forward through the turn, bring the hips up over the boots, and go after the pole. We can't sit back and wait for that pole to kind of come to us. So, move forward through the turn. A little better there. The other thing is it goes along with, kind of the motion and moving forward and down the hill is we can't be skiing gate to gate. We can't look at the gates. I mean, you're looking right at these gates as you're going to clear them. At this point in time, as you're clearing this pole, you should be looking, your head should be going that way. Your peripheral vision will allow you to clear the gate properly. You don't stare at the gates. You can't stare at the gates, as you're clearing them. We got to have moved on. And right here, I mean, you're really looking at that gate, like you want that gate, and staring at it as you hit it. Don't stare at them. Keep moving down the hill, and that'll add some better flow. So those are kind of my main, sometimes you just got to forget about the pole if you're not near it. That big reach there just caused, as soon as you reached here, it caused the hip to go here, which caused the ski to kind of flatten out, weight off of it. You got weight on the inside, and all this spray going on and skidding, and you can see the drifting sideways down below. So don't be so concerned if you're a little wide on one. Inside arm, clear it. The worst thing to do would be to reach over and rotate the upper body. And we got a little motion there, but you can see your hips are here, right? Recentering. It's a tiny bit, but they got to be well forward. We want to have our, as the Canadian ski team calls it a lot, the center of motion. So your center of mass in front of your basis of support. So it basically means it's got to move your center of mass forward almost in front of your feet, but at least hips up over the boots. But here it's always behind you. So the more we get it done above, and it is a little tricky because if you're skidding the top of the turn, it kind of slides around and we've got to work below. So it all kind of goes hand in hand. Because if we're skidding the top, then you're going to end up fighting below to carve. And then the other thing is here, now we've flattened out, and here's where you really should be trying to carve as much as you can. You can do it free skiing, but you just came in and threw them sideways here. The turn was started way too early. I mean, look at your turn here. I mean, your skis are pointing down the hill now. I mean, where could you possibly turn except just slide till you get the room? And it's always hard to stop a skidding ski. So we got to be a little more patient. Sometimes get outside rise line, bring our shape back to the pole. Move forward through the turn, get the hips up over the boots, the top of the turn. A little better there. And don't stare at those poles. You should be looking 2 gates ahead, at least a gate ahead. When you're clearing one, you've got to be looking on to the next. So let's try those things, and it should help out.